Hello everyone, and welcome to this course of Maya image-based lighting. So in this session, we will learn about the process of image-based lighting inside Maya application. So before going to image-based lighting, what you have to do, just go to render settings, and here you have the render settings panel. In render settings, here you have the option render using Maya software. So you just go to mental ray, and after going to mental ray, just have all the features which is specially for mental ray. Now we'll change to Maya software. If you don't find your mental ray, then what you have to do, just go to window, and here you have the setting and preferences, and here you have the plugin manager. So plugin manager, what does it means? It means that all the plugins which are hidden in Maya, you can just on it or off it according to your need. So as you can see, the tick mark is basically which is on inside Maya, and the unchecked, that means it is off in Maya. Auto load means whenever you open the Maya, it will load that particular plugin. So if you are not finding the mental ray on the render settings, what you have to do, here you have the Maya 2mr dot bundle. That means you have to check both of them. If this doesn't check, then it will not load the same. If this doesn't check, then it will not show on your render settings. So Maya 2mr dot bundle is very important to check that particular thing if you want to work in mental ray. So after switching to mental ray, you have all the features, and one more thing is that, so we are using this simple interior, and you can find this interior model in Arnold sessions. So we'll just use this interior in Arnold session also. So at first, what we have to do, we have just created a camera. So I will go to panel, and here you have the perspective, and here you have the render underscore camera. So we have created the camera, and we have just set our render view. Now we don't require this film gate. So if you click over here, you have the film gate, just click, and now it's fine, because in compositing software you can add the film gate. And here one more thing is that grid off, because grid is getting distracted. So if you press space bar and right mouse button, by holding right mouse button, you can go to perspective. Now you have the freedom to rotate, and you can check your render settings and render lights and all here. So I will just take some more space, because 2 is fine. We will do the adjustment, and we'll just check from here. We'll just render it from here. So before proceeding for the same, one more thing is that make sure that just select complete model including your camera, and just make a new layer, and just right click and add to selected. Okay, you can rename this layer. So I will rename it int interior. Okay, save. Underscore 001. Naming is very important. So okay, now you can hide your reference like this if you want to hide your reference, but yeah, we have to do it. So I will just put R. What R means? That means it is just reference the same. That means you can't select anything inside, because it is converted into reference. Now what happens, see, I will go to render settings, and here you have the indirect lighting system. So indirect lighting, here you have both option, which is image based lighting and physical sun and sky. So we'll look both of them. So here you have the image based lighting. So image based lighting, just click over here and just created a dome. As you can see here, it's just created the dome which is outside world. So now you have the image. So I will call up an image, and you should have at least HDRI images for that. Okay, so as you can see, we have couples of HDRI images, and we'll select any of them. If you just click over here, we have this image, and if you just click over here, we have this image. So you can download, or even you can click with your camera. So we have this images, and what we will do, I will go to Maya, and we'll choose the image, and here we in desktop, here we have the HDRI images, and here if you choose any of them, let's see what happens. If I select this, open, now as you can see it's just overlap into your dome. So you can change the HDRI by simply rotating it. You can change the HDRI by simply rotating it. As you can see, it's changing, so you can change it. And now if you look at your room, what happens, let's see. Here the lighting and the dome is appearing. So if I press 7, nothing is happening. Let's have a look. As you can see, the light is bouncing so much, and also we have this roof which is black, so we have to just short out it. And one more thing is that we will just go to 6, just press the 6 and just go up to here. Here you find that this part is getting darker, so what we will do, we'll just go to channel box and will on the reference. Now by selecting the HDRI image, and one more thing is that I will just go to the render settings, and in indirect lighting, here you have the common parameters. Where it is? So as you can go over here, we have the common parameters which is just beside it, and in common parameters you have the render options. So here you have the render options. In render options you have to just uncheck enable default light. So what happens, let's have a look. As you can see, the default light which is present in Maya is off. Now the image which is outside is casting some sort of light from here. You can just increase or decrease the level of exposure, but I will just put for a time 0. And now what happens next, I just minimize it. Now you have to select the dome, and if by selecting the dome you can go to attribute editor, and here you have the detail of all the things. So you have all the things like advanced, you have legacy, and you can go to mental ray, and you can have the transform and all. Okay, so by selecting this light, and one more thing, we'll go to render setting again, and in indirect lighting panel we have to check the final gather, which is here. We will check the final gather, and I think we should increase the global illumination by checking it. Final gather map, we don't require final gather. And okay, now have a look. So as you can see, your sample is not good at this time, and it needs some amount of light also for illuminating the same. So by having only one light, you can't even do all the scene lighting, because you need some more additional lights for the same. So for that, what we have to do, we'll just go to here and we'll just select the box, and will not select the dome, we'll select only the box, and we'll go to channel box and we'll just turn the reference on. So we'll press F for fit to screen. Now you can select, I will press 4. Now you have a better look, and we will change and we will apply few of the lights here also. So here you have the rendering tab, and I will also open the rendering tab here, and you have the lighting features. So it depends on you. If you select any of the panel, it will show its property feature at the top. So in rendering panel you have the area light, which is here. If I click here, now our area light has formed, you can see. So we have to increase the size of the area light, as we will just go over here and will focus on the same. If you rotate this, see your X value is changing, so we need -180. And after that, here, okay, and we'll increase the size. We'll go to 5 pressing and we'll see. So what we will do, we'll just pass through the I think this part would be fine, and yeah, we'll pass through the window and just have little bit of modifications. So at first I will save my file. So we'll go to file and save as. What we will do, we'll just select the light and move forward. I will increase the size little bit. So I will go to attribute editor by selecting it, and we'll go to area light shape to, okay, fine, and here you have the area light panel. So you can change the light type from here. We will not change the light type. Increase the intensity, you can increase from here, and you have all the features like in this section. And so you have mental ray, so you can go to use light shape. If I go here and just make a render, that's why it's casting so amount of light. We have to just decrease the level of intensity. By default it is 1.0, but we have to just decrease the level of intensity. We'll decrease the intensity a little bit, and as you can see, our background is bluish kind of thing. So we'll change it to I think which is contour color as compared to the blue. And also one more thing is that I will just go to channel box and I will just on this thing. We'll change the texture also from going to assign new material, and here you have the mental ray. So you have the material also, so you can use the mental ray materials, but right now I'm using simple blend. And after using blend, what I will do, I will go to blend and just use the color like this. And if you are not finding your color here, what you have to do, you will go to polygon, and here you have the normals, you have the reverse. So you can reverse your normal. Now you can see it happens sometimes. As you can see here also we have the same problem, and so we'll select this, go to normals, and you have the reverse. So you can do it like this, and I think here also we have the problem. It's showing like this. Let's have a look. And just do some much more tweaking in this thing. So we'll start working in tweaking. As you can see, this part is getting shadowed, which is good because we just use only one light. Now we will use 2 or more lights, and we'll just look at the render, and after that we'll increase the amount of final gather and global illumination. So as we have applied the blend, it's reflecting quite well. And okay, so we'll not glow this thing because it's morning and we don't require to glow all the things. So what we will do, we'll just click this off the thing, and we'll make some more lights for a little bit of bounciness. And what I will do, just go to the omni, which is point light, click the point light, and we have just drawn the point light here, and we'll just move it around here. We'll make sure that you're saving your file because saving is very important. And we'll just move, Control Z, we'll move here and we'll press 7 for examine the light view. As you can see, if you press 7 you can go to the light view, and I will change the color to little bit of bluish, and we'll change the intensity also because we don't require this amount of intensity. And here you have the shadow panel. So in shadow you have the shadow like use ray trace shadow, so it's on, okay, fine. More things like ray depth shadow limits, it will just smooth your shadow, and you have shadow rays also, just increase it. go to light radius. Okay, fine. Even you can also work with depth map shadow, but we don't have any maps, so just put this off. Now have a look. Before rendering the same, what I will do, I will go to render settings, and in common, if you go here, you just find the size. So I will just decrease this level of the size 320 into 240, because we have to examine it. After that, when we do the final render, we'll just increase the size by going to 1080p, which is full HD, or even you can go to 4K. That will take around a huge amount of time. So we'll just off this and we'll do a test render. As you can see, the intensity is quite high, so we don't require this amount of intensity. Plus we also have to just work in this particular section of light. So we'll select the light and we'll decrease the intensity a little bit. I think we'll just put 250 and we'll go to Omni. And if you are looking at by pressing 7, you can't judge that it is looking good or not. If you are rendering the same, you can have the idea. So just put the intensity by I think 2 would be fine. Let's have a look.